Welcome to the explainer. If you're an educator, you know that feeling, right? The pressure of creating an exam that's fair, insightful, and actually tests what you've taught? Well, today we're going to break down the science of designing smarter assessments. So let's just start with the one question that gets to the heart of it all. Are your exams just a memory test, or are they measuring real, true understanding? Seriously, how you answer that question, it changes everything about how you build your tests. All right, so here's our game plan for today. We'll kick things off with the core challenge itself. Then we'll build our toolkit with different question types. After that, we'll get into the strategy of matching those questions to our goals. And finally, we'll look at how technology and even AI are completely upgrading the whole process. Let's dive in. Okay, let's get into it. Section 1, the assessment challenge. The real problem we're trying to solve here isn't just about handing out a grade at the end of the semester. It's about designing an exam that is genuinely fair and truly effective at measuring what a student has actually learned. Because you see, the best exams don't just ask what. They dig deeper. They ask why and how. They're designed to see if a student can do more than just spit back a fact. Can they analyze it? Can they apply it? Can they think critically about it? Now, that's the real goal. So how do we actually build an exam that tests those deeper skills? Well, it all starts with knowing what's in your toolbox. In this section, we're going to unpack the different question types. These are the essential building blocks for any smart assessment. First up, you've got the classic, right? The workhorse of assessments, the multiple choice question. Its real superpower is efficiency. You can cover a ton of different topics and get a quick snapshot of a student's basic knowledge, all in a format that's just incredibly easy to grade. Then, on the other end of the spectrum, we have essay questions. This is where you move beyond just facts and you get into ideas. An essay really shows you if a student can think critically, if they can structure a solid argument and express complex thoughts. It's like a window into their deeper understanding. And sitting right in that sweet spot between them are the short answer questions. They're kind of the perfect middle ground. They demand more than just picking an option. They test a student's ability to pull specific information from their own knowledge and explain it clearly and concisely. And finally, let's talk about formative questions. Now, these are different. Think of them less like a final exam and more like a check-in during the learning journey. They're all about giving real-time feedback, helping both the student and the teacher see what's clicking and, where they might need to focus a little more. So this table kind of pulls it all together, doesn't it? Think of it as your strategic cheat sheet. You can see that direct line from the goal to the tool. If you just need a quick knowledge check, multiple choice is your go-to. But if you want to see if a student can build a persuasive argument, you absolutely need an essay. The big takeaway here? The goal always comes first. Okay, so we've got our toolkit. We know the different types of questions, but, just having a hammer doesn't mean you can build a house, right? You need a strategy. So in this section, we're going to explore how to match the right questions to your learning goals, turning test design into both an art and a science. And really, the strategy boils down to the super simple but really powerful three-step process. First, you get crystal clear. What exactly are you trying to measure? A fact? A skill? Then you pick the question type that best targets that specific thing. And the crucial third step is to mix and balance them, because a variety of questions gives you the most complete and fair picture of a student's understanding. And look, this quote just says it all, right? No single type of question can capture the whole picture of learning. It's by combining these formats that you can assess everything from basic recall all the way up to complex analysis, which creates a much more accurate and honestly a more equitable evaluation for everyone. All right, let's shift gears, because this is where things get really interesting. We're talking about the big game changer, technology. We're moving way beyond pen and paper to see how digital tools are streamlining this whole process, making these smart assessment strategies way more powerful and accessible for everybody. And wow, this slide really paints the picture, doesn't it? It's the before and after of assessment. We're going from stacks of paper and hours of grading by hand to an automated, data-rich system. And this isn't just about saving time. It's about getting consistent grading with digital rubrics and unlocking these deep insights from the data that can totally transform how we teach. And that brings us to what feels like the final frontier, right? AI-powered exams. And listen, this isn't some far-off science fiction concept. Artificial intelligence is here, and it is fundamentally changing how assessments are built and delivered. I mean, just look at what AI can do here. It can automatically generate questions that are perfectly aligned with your learning goals, figure out the right difficulty level, and even help reduce bias in the questions, which makes the tests fairer for everyone. It's a total game changer. So, when you step back and look at this whole journey we've been on, from just understanding the basic question types all the way to using sophisticated AI, it's really all about one thing: empowering educators to build better, smarter, and more meaningful assessments that truly show what students have learned. So, I want to leave you with this one big question to think about. As technology and AI start to handle the mechanics of assessment, how does the role of the educator shift? What becomes their new, most critical job in shaping the future of learning?